a drywall accident, a gushing wound, and an epic concert. Hi y'all! So I managed to make it to USS's first concert after a 3-year hiatus, but it was quite the journey to get there. My dad and I have been working on installing a new bathroom and storage room in our basement. Before the concert on June 11th, 2025, 3 years to the day after what we thought would be the final time we see one of our favorite bands perform live, my dad and I were cutting pieces of drywall to install in the storage room. While using a box cutter with a nice new blade from Canadian Tire to cut into the drywall, my hand slips and the blade slices open one of my digits. However, the great nurses and doctor at my local vet clinic quickly glue it back up, slap some gauze on, give me a tetanus shot, and I am good to go. On to USS with their first concert in exactly 3 years. My dad and I were at their final one, like the finality of the 4th entry in the Friday the 13th franchise, and now we're here 3 years later at their first one back. They opened with Anti-Venom, which I had been hoping they'd play. The setlist included almost all their big hits, except for NAOK. I was lucky enough to hear them play it back in 2017 at the X, but since then I haven't heard it performed live in the following 4 shows I've attended. It had a nice stretch of radio play in the years following its release, so I'm not sure why they play it live so rarely. Follow
Box Cutters
makes my thumbs disappear.
And Broken Smile. I understand not getting played because they weren't radio singles, but NAOK was huge. It's the song that got me into the band. However, I was happy to finally hear Porno Star Trek live.
You bring your smile and wipe away my shitty day.
Even though it was spliced together with Drop Around the Clock. I would have loved to hear Porno Star Trek in full from start to finish, but hearing it at all was a big enough treat. Human Kebab got his classic handstands in, and Ash had some funny anecdotes throughout the show.
In grade 6, a new girl from Peru said I looked like the luck dragon from Neverending Story. That was the first major trauma in my life, and now we're in band. Thank you very much.
I remember at one concert, Ash said USS is like Nirvana unplugged at a rave, and I feel like that really sums up their unique sound. If there were any doubts as to whether or not the band performs live, I don't know why there would be, but nonetheless. An issue with Ash's guitar during Domini leading to a 20-minute break showed that they most definitely are playing live, but once the technical issue was corrected and Ash cracked some self-deprecating jokes, they brought the energy right back with Yin Yang. Before returning to Domini, which usually gets played near the end of their shows. The stagehand who helped fix the guitar issue got to perform a bit of Bulls on Parade with Human Kebab, which was sick as fuck. And the band came out for an encore. Sadly, there were no hints that they're working on new material, nor whether they're going to be touring on a more regular basis, but for a comeback concert, this show was amazing. USS and Death Grips are the 2 most energetic bands I've seen live, and I'm really glad they came back. So those are my thoughts on the June 11th USS concert in Toronto.
Click on the link in the description
to see what happened to my paw, but trigger warning, there's real pictures. Just giving you a big trigger warning, making it as clear as possible. Doom Grips, out.